As a borderline college football degenerate like myself, nothing tickles my pickle more than a G5 against G5 non-conference game. And we have quite a good one in store for us as East Carolina and Coastal Carolina, they're gonna go at it in a battle of G5 Carolina schools. East Carolina making the field trip from North Carolina State, the state of North Carolina. They're going to travel south to the state of South Carolina. Not Myrtle Beach, but Myrtle Beach light, I would say, not too far from Myrtle Beach, where they'll be taking on the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers over on the Teal Field, and really a matchup that could be seen as a potentially season-defining game for both squads here in the 2025 season. The Pirates, they do have a loss on their resume as of right now, but they took North Carolina State. They gave them a run for their money. And then, of course, they handled business last week, decimate Campbell. And this offense is a pretty dynamic offense led by Caden Hauser, who's been very efficient with his passing attack thus far this season. 70% completion percentage. Hasn't thrown a single interception yet. 680 yards, 3 touchdowns. He is that man. He's a bad man. And he's got bad receivers to throw it to. Brock Spalding on the outside, as well as Javante Connor. They're both certified studs. And they're going to be a problem in the American Conference. But they aren't certainly alone. They do have some help from the rest of their football team as well. The ground game, it's an improving ground game for East Carolina. A solid, not a liquid or gas by any means. But the defense in particular, a lot of talk about Eastern Carolina is going to be about their offense. But their defense, pretty darn good unit too. Only allowing 13.5 points per game so far. Holding an explosive NC State team to very little offense in that second half back in week number 1 as well. So that could be a legit defensive unit down there in East Carolina. Also allowing just under 300 yards per game. But the good vibes, however, might end here if you're a Coastal Carolina guy. Coastal Carolina, they're coming in. Passing attack, they're not vibing out right now. That's not happening. MJ Morris, he's thrown 4 interceptions already. They do have a strong running game, led by Dominic Nickley, I believe is how you pronounce his name. He's averaging 120 yards a game. Defense did pitch a shutout against Charleston Southern, but even in that Charleston Southern game, offense really struggled to find that balance. And usually, it's the run game that has a hard time getting going. Here in Coastal, it's the opposite. The pass game has had a really difficult time going. Which is why, if you pull up the model real quick, you'll see that actually, not much of a surprise here that East Carolina's favorite, even though they are on the road. Because right now, even with that home field advantage for Coastal Carolina, I'm not surprised that the Pirates are an advantage. And you take a look at our model right now, I think the number should be higher. As I mentioned, the Pirates have a legit defensive outfit combined with Coastal struggles and taking care of the football right now. To me, that sounds like a recipe for disaster. And Coastal, a lot of their issues that they're having with their pass attack, I feel they're fixable. They are definitely fixable issues. Do I think they get fixed in a span of a week, though? At least not enough for me to realistically believe that Coastal is going to be competitive in this ball game. So I don't love the spot for Coastal Carolina, even though we do get a chance to see that Teal Field, a really awesome home field. I think East Carolina, though, is able to walk in there, not only win the game, but I don't necessarily believe this is going to be a super competitive game either. So I'm rolling with the Pirates in this one. I think they win 34-20. If that's going to end up being your final score. And the Pirates will march on, entering American Conference play with a pretty good deal of momentum.